All right, just another quick update. Make this part 4. Pretty much, I'm at the end of my little journey here, with some minor exception of trying to get the last 2 cameras up, which I have to go through installation, the cell phone installation. So that's gonna be a pain in the butt, especially with the errors. I'm trying to put the cameras up. So just take my time with that one. I'll probably start that project probably not this coming up weekend, but the next weekend. Um, just wanted to give you an update that I got the sprinkler system installed, the RainMachine Touch HD-16 zone. Got it pretty much where I kind of wanted it. Just the wires and all that stuff, not perfect, but because it's running 2 conduits of this type of wire with like I think has 8 wires in it, so 8 wire conduit wire. I am keeping the Hunter wireless click rain sensor. There is a way to hook this up to this, because I don't have the master flow valve that I want to put on here eventually. I'll do that at a later time. But I just got to figure out if I need a special little dongle that goes in here to hook up the wires. I got the diagram how to hook it up and all that stuff. So eventually I will get that hooked up just to see if it works or not. It didn't really work that well with the Hunter system, but I might move that little rain sensor somewhere else to see if maybe I'll get better coverage, or better rainfall on it as opposed to where it's at right now. But yep, here it is. It's all set up. Um, I love the touch screen where you can see the days, the weather. The 100% is how much it's going to water for that day. And you see it has skipped some days because we had some rain and whatnot. And we'll adjust accordingly. Go into settings. There is a way to adjust all the zones and the type of sprinklers for that zone. I think that's going to start it. I don't want to start. Yeah, here it is. So I can go in here and do all the advanced settings. I just got to go through my paperwork and figure out because I do have some of the information about the ground, the dirt, the sand, and all that stuff. I can adjust uh, the sprinkler head types. It goes real in depth exactly what you want to do, which is one of the reasons why I like RainMachine. I think the registry does the same thing, but here's the more advanced features. So at the vegetation type, so like for the landscape areas, it has the soaker type sprinkler heads. I think yeah the drip. So I got that already on there. Soil type, if it's a slope, sun exposure, the flow rate, field capacity. Like you can go into a whole bunch of information about this. So that's one thing I really like about the RainMachine Pro. And just let's go back to the main screen. But yeah, I am very happy with this. On the app, it's a little bit. The app is pretty much the same. The app, you can add pictures of each of the zones, which I also like. I wish you could put the pictures from you take from the app and put it on the actual RainMachine. That'd be kind of cool. But you know, it is what it is. I gotta secure this a little bit better. I did find this at Lowe's, so I just gotta get screws, put that in there. I want to tighten this cable up a little bit more, and then, like I said, eventually get this hook up on there, and then be good to go. Finish up the iSmartGate. Gateway for my garage doors. So a somewhat clean install. I'm definitely gonna fix that. I just don't like how it looks. And that's not the original power strip I wanted to use on that one. I just couldn't find the one I wanted. The sensors, I use wired sensors. So That's the wireless sensor. It does come with a wireless sensor for the actual garage door, and then the iSmartGate, the iSmartGate gate version comes with the wire sensor, but you can use the wire sensors on either version. So I ended up getting an extra wire sensor off of Amazon. I think I paid like 20 bucks for it. Did some cable management a little bit and got it up to the ceiling, ran it all the way across. It's very hot up there. Just got to plug up the hose. What slowed me down on that one was these adapters right here. So I had to get these off of Amazon as well. These adapters go onto the actual CCA on the front of this when you take this off. And it goes over that little button and it contacts with these sensors on there's 4 sensors or 4 contacts on the side of the little button that you push when you push this down. I had existing Cat 6E wire used for this. So all I did was pull out 2 wires that wasn't being used and use that. Went back over here to the actual garage door sensor, not garage door sensor, but actual garage door opener, and then just pull those 2 wires up, use speaker wire that I had, and ran it across inside the attic. Originally, I was just gonna tie directly into the garage door opener, but you can't do that with this type of garage door opener because it has a yellow alarm button on it. So if you have a Chamberlain, like I have, or a LiftMaster, I think Craftsman as well. I think they're all the same brand. If it has a yellow alarm button, you need that adapter. And it gives you a quick look at how to put it on. It's real simple, real easy. Nothing that anyone can't do. That's the setup right there. Didn't get as clean as I wanted to, but it works. Just gotta punch up those holes right there. I did update to iOS 17 for my phone, iPad, tvOS. That's my Alexa that I use for voice whenever the door or window open. For some reason it's not working. So I have to go in there in settings for whatever reason. But I did update tvOS to 17, iOS 17, iPadOS, and iOS. I do have my iPad with me. I got the TV fired up. So if you look at the settings, I got the FaceTime. I couldn't get it to work when I was calling my dad for some reason the first time I tried to do it, but I did get it to work on with my wife's phone. So I'll try again with my dad at a little later time. But yeah, if you look up, you'll see the little screen icon up there. It's kind of changed, has a little profile up there. A little lock screen means I have restrictions on some of my programs. In fact, I'll show you it's actually kind of cool. I like this before, as preferred as using your remote to put in the password, especially if you got kids around, they want to look at the password and figure it out, especially if they're trying to watch stuff they're not supposed to be watching. So I can confirm on an Apple device, and I also had it pop on my, zoom out there, on my iPad. So I can go in there and say approve, and I am locked in, and I can access apps that I have restricted because some stuff on Crunchyroll is adult themed and kids don't need to be watching. But yeah, if you go to the control center of the new tvOS, you see the layout has changed. Power off, audio. You can tell to pick up your AirPods or your AirPod Maxes. I can actually hit up all my safe and sound speakers from my smoke / carbon monoxide sensors. But I had this on a Onkyo receiver, so I visualized up my other rear speakers as well. I have a 7.2 surround sound. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do the cables in this one. zoom out of this one, but for the HomeKit side of the house, let's see if this refreshes like it's supposed to. It's taking a long time. I did have issues yesterday, and then all of a sudden it just started working, no issues. Let me just select it and see if that works. Yeah, see, it's working just fine. So I am back on the Raspberry Pi. I'm not longer using the AMD Ryzen 3 little mini computer I had. That thing was super fast when it comes to Homebridge, and I want to put it back on that. I was just having stability issues and the camera's going offline. I think that's a Windows 11 thing, not necessarily a Windows thing, because Homebridge can work on Windows 10. I had it running on Windows 10 before with no issues. But you'll definitely see a difference between running multiple cameras on a Raspberry Pi. I have a Raspberry Pi 4B with 4 gigs of RAM, which should be plenty if you're running just like one, maybe 2 cameras. When I was in Colorado, I was running my Ring Doorbell Pro off of that, just one Raspberry Pi along with some other stuff. That Raspberry Pi worked like a charm, no issues at all. So if you're just running one, say like a Ring camera, a doorbell camera that you really like, you just want to just throw it in HomeKit, that Raspberry Pi is more than enough powerful for that. But if you're running multiple cameras like I am, especially when you have cameras that's down mixing from 4K and 2K, you're gonna need something a little bit more powerful. Because when I think of the last video I showed you with it running, you saw the speed of it popping up. It was just as fast as scripted. I know a lot of people swear by scripted, that like it's the end all be all when it comes to HomeKit secure video and porting in video that's non-HomeKit compatible cameras. But I really like Homebridge, so I like to stick with stuff I know, and I know that works. So as you see, that car kind of goes by. It's actually a little bit this is how slow the Raspberry Pi is. So you'll get a live feed. It's super slow because it's trying to transcode that live feed into a feed that the Apple TV or your iPads or iPhones are able to use within HomeKit. Actually, let me go to the grid view. So, but yeah, so as you see, all my cameras pop up. Not sure why there's a old snapshot on my front doorbell, but when I access it, it goes to a live view. So you just saw a car pass by earlier. There you go. I guess you cleared the cache on that one. But yeah, tvOS is actually really nice. Like I said, once I got the FaceTime to work on it, that was pretty cool with the, I use it with my iPhone. So yeah, stability wise, when it comes to the other apps, like the DirecTV Stream app that I use, no issues, stable. iPad. So one of the cool things I wanted to show on the new kind of HomeKit features was the activity history. So I know a lot of YouTubers haven't really touched this yet. I think it's because they just haven't found it yet. And I was just stumbling across and actually found where you can actually see the log and everything. But if you want to make sure that it's up and running, if you're running the latest betas, so if you go security, safety and security, activity history up here, you either have 1 month or never, or off, I should say. So I have it on 1 month. And then if you go to security, and then you see it has it popped up, home activity, no events today. For some reason, it hasn't logged anything past June 6th after I installed it. So, you know, this is a beta. There's going to be bugs. It's not going to be working properly. So I'm fully aware of that. But here it is. This is what it looks like. So this shows a log of everything today. So one of the cool things that I saw, so like my patio door is a level boat. door lock that I installed. As you see, it says unlocked, and then here, locked by Karina Brunson. So that's my wife. Now, my wife never uses her phone or her Apple Watch to unlock any of the smart home. She does it either physically or she has me do it. So I'm trying to figure out, how did it know she locked it? There's two ways. Either it sensed her phone or her Apple Watch nearby and assumed that it was by when she locked it, and it sensed her, and that's why it was able to say that she locked it, or it used my camera on the patio with facial recognition. And if either way, it's cool if either way that's how it worked, either by facial recognition or by the presence of the cell phone or an Apple Watch to that extent. So, and then right, you see right here, it says unlocked by Karina. So then probably do locked by Karina, unlocked. And then here, as you see, I guess maybe when the kids maybe open it. I don't think it has me on here where it says I unlocked it or locked it. Let's get my wife again on the patio. There it is. The front door I know, because sometimes I'll use my Apple Watch with HomeKey to unlock stuff. So of course, if you see my name on here, it's a given that I probably use either HomeKey or I put in my PIN code. But normally I use, because I usually have my watch on me, so I just use HomeKey on my watch. So, and then like if a kid open it, when the kids open it, they don't have a phone with them or Apple Watch. So I'm thinking it's more of either the PIN code or it senses your phone or Apple Watch, and that's how it says whatnot if it's on unlock the door or whatnot. Now, with my abode system, I would like to see with the abode system's arms or disarms who did that. But I don't think it does, just for the fact that when I go into the abode app and I say I disarm or arm through HomeKit, through the Home app. Say I go right here and I arm it. It'll say in the abode app that a HomeKit user or just HomeKit is the one that armed it. And in fact, let me arm it for home. I have it set for 10 seconds, so it's not that long, 1 minute. The way is actually the longest. And as you see, it's pop up on the TV saying my abode iOS security was armed for stay. That's one thing I really love about the pop-up features when it comes to the Apple TV. So it'll tell you in the package, because I have set up for package detection. I'll go in there and show you that as well. Whenever a door locks or unlocks, and then it used to say back in the day who armed it, or maybe it's on the actual website. I think it's on the website. Go abode. Sign in. Gotta love Face ID. Actually, it doesn't say there either. Oh, yeah, it had some more issues with my Onelink smoke detector. I'll go in a little bit random after I show you all this. it used to say, like I said, it has my wife by the keypad. It used to say whenever I did it with HomeKit, yeah, it used to say HomeKit. Well, you know, they both changed their app, so I'm not surprised. They changed a lot of things. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like it used to, especially this new app that they have. But okay. Ooh, well. Okay, back to the Apple TV. Actually, nope. Let's go into settings. Go into HomeKit. Then go into secure accessories. So I'll get notifications on my so door 1, door 2 is garage door. So those are my garage door, front door, patio door, and of course the board IO that you just saw. When it armed, it notified on the TV. So I'll notify all your Apple TVs that, hey, the alarm system is armed. Another good thing about having this, especially you got young kids, if a door opens, say you're in a bedroom, kind of lie down, chilling out, next you know you hear that's why I have the Alexa as well. If the door opens or whatnot, it'll notify on the Apple TV if I'm watching something. But that's why I also have the Alexa, just in case, you know, if I'm halfway asleep, especially during the day, taking a little nap, that Alexa will at least wake me up to know, like, all right, someone open up the door, someone open up a window. Especially if it's just me and my little one, VJ. Don't want him escaping. So it's a crazy world out there. But yep, so here's the cameras, doorbells. So I put on here activity notifications, and only for packages. Otherwise, my my TV will be giving notifications every 5 seconds when someone passes by the doorbell. I did actually turn this on for the abode, and it will tell you every time a person passes by on the abode camera, which is also annoying. So you don't need that anyways. It's an indoor camera. So, and then the rest of the cameras, I don't have any notifications. Maybe once I get my other camera pointed to the actual backyard, I might turn on notifications for people, especially if the kids are out there. At least I can keep an eye on the kids if they go outside. I know what's going on. But yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much it with the new betas, and it comes to HomeKit and the activity history. So, like I said, I would love to learn how's it able to tell when my wife opens or unlocks, not opens, but unlocks the patio door. I think that's kind of cool, either by facial recognition or the presence of the iPhone or Apple Watch. So, but yeah. So that's pretty much the end of this video. Unless you just want to stay here and hear me rant about my Onelink smoke detector. So I have had issues in the past. In fact, let me pull it up. With my freaking smoke detectors, the non-safe and sound smoke detectors, for whatever reason. Those are brand new, like made in 2022. But those are the ones giving me the most issues. So, I actually had to take down bedroom 4 yesterday, and I just vacuumed them out, kind of blew it out with some air, and I'm hoping that fixes that issue. I'm just thinking maybe some dust got in there, and the dust is just tripping that sensor for whatever is super sensitive. But to go into the history, it's not populating on here for whatever reason. But if I go into That's weird. Maybe that's why I got that error earlier. Let me close it out and restart it. It's funny I hate about the Onelink uses the cloud to get all your information. Yeah, it's not populating with any of the information. I do know on my iPhone it actually shows on here like, yeah, I'm having issues. So it's having issues connecting either with the devices or it's having issues connecting to the cloud. Because it's not showing any alarm history. Yeah, so it's having issues. Go figure. But like my hallway, like all these, my safe and sounds work fine. They're actually really good, really reliable. I'll recommend these. These, on the other hand, have been giving me issues. So the first time I had an issue was bedroom 2. Next time I had an issue was bedroom 3. And then I've been having a ton of issues with bedroom 4, to the point where I had 3 false alarms on bedroom 4. So I'm going to go in there. The oldest stepson, he's with his dad this summer and this year for school. So I'm gonna clean that room really good, get all the dust out, vacuum really good. I'm gonna go back into the little junction box with the wires and everything, kind of clean that out as well, vacuum that out, and then I'll put it back in there and we'll see if that fixes the issues. But like I said, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, I had not had any issues. Bedroom 5, surprisingly, no issues. And in fact, it felt like it was going in order, like 2, 3, 4, and then I'm just waiting on number 5 to go off. But 4 has been going off the last 3 times. So hopefully the little clean I did on it fixed it. Other than that, I really haven't had too much of an issue. But yesterday, it did go off yesterday, and then the day before that, it went off again twice in one day. Actually, no, it went out 3 times in one day. 2 times in the morning, and then 1 time in the afternoon when everyone else was gone. I was just happened to be here by myself. Luckily, I was here. Someone's been here every time they went off. Otherwise, I probably had the fire department here, unfortunately. So, but yeah, that's been my only issues when it comes to HomeKit. I did have some issues with my thread setup. In fact, I'll pull this up. My plugs, my 2 E plugs with thread, and then my front door had thread as well. And for some reason, the last couple of days I've been having issues with thread. But now it seems to be working. It doesn't show correctly here on my iPad for whatever reason. As you see, it's still kind of populating with the information. It's really slow on here. But front door, it's saying it's disabled, but it's not. You go on the phone, it says that's an endpoint. It's not disabled. And usually it's supposed to have a little icon right here, kind of like here, but it's a circle icon, letting you know that it's an endpoint, that it's not a border router or a router. But this family plug right here is a router. Thread, versus that is a router. Eligible sleep interval 0. So it never goes to sleep. Front door does go to sleep at 2500 milliseconds. And then wakes up every now and then just to check on the network. And then the garage plug, the same thing, thread, router, 0 milliseconds. And then these are all my Apple TV / HomePods. Unfortunately, I don't know which one's which, and I can't assign them to rooms. For whatever reason, I wish Eve will let you update this and figure out exactly what you want when it comes to naming them. Not what you want, but letting you name them or whatnot. But yeah, so On my phone, it has a little icon right here on my phone, and then it has everything else correct on here. But other than that, everything else seems to be working. I use the Eve. I use controller. I like controller because you can put in your codes and stuff like that. It it gives you some good information, especially about your automations, like duplicate names. But that's just from a HomeKit thing. No information duplicate. This is from my iSmartGate. It has the same serial number, and it explains in there why it has that. Missing setup codes. I put all my setup codes in here. On setup code, I didn't put in there, but I just made one up. Was for my Ecobee and my RainMachine because it generates a new code every time you put it back on HomeKit. It doesn't use the exact same code. Everything else I put in there, the exact code that's supposed to be in there. Empty rooms. Because I still got to put 2 more light switches. 1 light switch in my main attic and 1 over the garage. And then the outside is eventually when I do get like a radar station that will get into HomeKit, that will go into the outside room, that information. But I do like the controller app. I did pay for this one. I think it's like 20 bucks or $29.99, something like that. Also got the configurator. This one doesn't really do much. It just gives you information. So yeah, it gives you all your layouts and everything, which is nice. It's a little slow right now. I think that's because I'm on the beta. But yeah, it just gives you a breakdown. It doesn't let you actually control anything, unfortunately. Switches, outlets. So if you just want a general idea of what's everything at, it's a decent app. I don't think I pay for anything like that. This is a free app. But I pull up there time to time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll go ahead and end my rant on Onelink. But yeah, I'll do another final walkthrough, a final home tour with everything up and running. Especially once I get those cameras installed. I got some other housework to do, like landscaping. The landscapers did a horrible job. Got weeds coming in already. I've been at weeds since day one, since they put it in there. They kind of did some stuff, especially in the areas with the flower beds and stuff like that. So I gotta redo a lot of stuff like that. Just home stuff around the house. Grass is growing super fast. Trying to seed it or overseed it right now. Trying to get the grass nice and thick and green during the summertime. And then just been spraying for bugs. I actually have 2 professional companies come out here and spray for bugs. And freaking the flies are freaking ridiculous out here. One of the joys of living out in the country, I guess. Other than that, that will end this video. If you notice, I haven't like and subscribe and comment. If you want to do that, you'll just do it. So the few subscribers I do have, I do appreciate y'all subscribing. I'll continue to make content. I want to do a weekly basis content. Just because I'm just that busy just around the house, and then with work coming up, and then with soon my retirement coming up. Once my retirement stuff starts going through, I'll have some more time to make some videos and stuff like that. But I definitely want to get to a weekly basis of doing videos and not a 2-week basis like I've been kind of doing. But hopefully the ones that do watch these videos, hope you enjoy these kind of long videos. I usually like these long videos. Those are the videos I kind of seek out on YouTube, and that's kind of what I'm doing on here. Hopefully to find that kind of small niche of people that like these videos. I know this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea, so But yeah, go ahead and end it here and have a good one.